Hello, welcome to my new video where I brought a pick that's gonna blow your mind. Literally. It's a Pokemon where you're like, why would you use this? There are better picks. Here it comes. First off, a big thank you to Gamers Paradise in Arnhem. They hosted this tournament for us, even though they were open on this day on Saturday, and the store was quite busy as well, but they still took the time to host this tournament for 8 of us. We had some top players there, and I came here with ThirTactical and ThirTactical, kind of as usual, and it was like a 70 minutes drive for us. So the unique Pokemon that I'm using is CASTFORM. It's the Sunny form. Don't ask me why, I just felt like using this. I never used it before, and I felt like, you know what, maybe I can make it work. I tend to make Pokemon work, I just like that, and they might not be good at all. I wouldn't recommend this Pokemon per se. Skeledirge, Talonflame are just way better as fire types, especially since Incinerate was buffed immensely. And on the other mono fire type, there is Kanto Ninetales, which at least has Overheat, which helps a lot in some matchups, and it also has Solar Beam. Sunny Castform, though, is a little bit bulkier, so it has that going for it, at least. And then, if talking about mono fire types, I would even say that Crocodile right now is just better because of the coverage, and because it also has Incinerate. So what does Sunny Castform have going for it, then? Its moveset is as followed. It has Tackle and Ember as the fast attacks. You generally don't run Tackle at all. You have Ember, which is just straight up a better fast attack and also has the same type attack bonus. And then as the charge attacks, it has access to Weather Ball Fire, which is a decent attack. It has Solar Beam as the grass type coverage, but it takes very long to get there. It does take out most water types in one charge attack though. And then it has Fire Blast, which is dead useless. Let's just say that. It's a pretty efficient attack, but it takes very long to get there. It's just not worth running that. Sunny Castform doesn't really shine in many matchups that may surprise you. It just does things worse than Talonflame and Skeledirge do in most scenarios. So just wins matchups that fire types are supposed to win. So how does it fit in the team? I basically brought the usual Lantern, Abomasnow, and a fire type. This is a core that just has been working very well for me. I again have the Wigglytuff. Again, I never lost a tournament before with Wigglytuff. And what I like so much about it, it just shuts down dragons and Annihilate. Like, one thing that I like is just swapping a boosted Annihilate, and like you can't do anything anymore because Night Slash and Shadow Ball resisted counters are neutral, yes, but at least Wiggly can take those a little bit. So even though I don't use Wigglytuff a lot, I think Utrecht was the tournament I use it the most. Well, I guess I also had the most battles there. It's a very, very good bench pressure Pokemon. One of my favorites, even when I don't use it. And then Annihilate is to take on the Whiscash Vigoroth Skarmory core, which has been becoming incredibly popular. I do run Night Slash, even though I do expect an increase in Gligar and Altaria. You could run Ice Punch as well, but I figured I have Abomasnow and Wigglytuff to deal with like Altaria and Gligar as well, so I'm not too worried about that. I just like Night Slash for the pace against like Whiscash and Lickitung. And then Guzzlord, in my opinion, the best dragon currently. Just uses against Azumarill, which I don't expect a lot either way. But having that dark typing to resist licks and to win, and you win the one-shots against Altaria, makes it a pretty solid Pokemon. I really like Guzzlord. So that is the team. It has some weaknesses, especially against like Whiscash. I don't like it a lot. I only have one particular counter, but I'm also not exactly weak to it. But the Whiscash Skarmory core could be troublesome. Unfortunately, we're going to face like 3 of those. I think all my opponents had it. So yeah, let's take a look at the first opponent that I had here. My first matchup is against StoneCollection. He is currently #1 on the Play Pokemon leaderboard. He has a lot of championship points from regional championships and quite some from local championships as well. However, in the Netherlands, he has not been very successful. He lives near the border, but he comes to like all of our locals. So he's always playing against us. And this time he's up against me. He's running 3 water types and a dragon. Makes my Castform almost impossible to use unless I have it on Skarmory, and then Lickitung kind of outbulks it. So at least it can throw super effective power up as it does on like rainy Castforms. So I guess I have that going for me. My Guzzlord is looking incredible here, having played against 4 out of 6. Skarmory is not unplayable, but not favorable. Azumarill is unplayable. And then I have Lantern for his double water and Skarmory as well. So Guzzlord Lantern core is really going to do it here. This is not a matchup where I will use the Castform. Let's take a look at game number 1. I lead my Abomasnow into Azumarill. I am playing ABA against his Skarmory here, but there is a plan behind it. Because if he leads Skarmory, there wouldn't be Azumarill in the back. So if I throw my Guzzlord in, which is also not favorable, I don't think he can really switch out. And that might free up my Abomasnow later. But I think I caught him on the ABA here because he's staying into this matchup. Honestly, not even that terrible for Azumarill because you live an energy ball here and I cannot over farm like at all here because then he would just get to another Ice Beam and win the 0 shield. So it has to be the Wish Cache in the back. Let's see what's in the back. I expect Skarmy, so I go into Annihilate immediately. It's Lickitung, though, so he went very weak to the Abomasnow. Maybe he didn't realize that Abomasnow is quite good against 5 out of 6 of his team. I'm gonna go for the Night Slash immediately here. You could argue that Ice Punch might be better nowadays because of like more Altaria and Gligar in the current meta, but I still went with Night Slash because I have Wigglytuff and Abomasnow to cover dragons, and even Gligar. So yeah, in comes the Wish Cache. Not a surprise, but it's Shadow, so it's a little bit more fragile and has to respect these charge stacks. Going for the... If this is a Mud Bomb, I think it still will knock out, but he does go for Scald here, which is great for me. No... Oh, it does debuff. Yeah, the techs currently are a little bit broken, so I'll go for another Night Slash here. And I'm predicting here he will throw one before my next Night Slash, but the game was a little bit laggy here. But now looking at it, actually, I think I tapped just right next to it. Maybe that's why my catch didn't work. Doesn't matter. I'm not weak against whatever he has left. I think he's expecting something like Lantern, which is fine for me. I still live this charge attack regardless of what it is. It is a Scald. Just barely, though. And in comes Big Chomper, in my opinion, the best dragon in the current meta, simply because of that dark typing as well to take on Pokemon like Lickitung and Feraligatr. In comes the Lickitung. I have a Brutal Swing here. I'm not in Body Slam range, so I'm so fine here. Brutal Swing is not going to knock out yet, but I think the next 2 Dragon Tail will. And that's a 1-0 victory for me. Body Slam comes through. My Guzzlord isn't the best IVs, but still will hang on easily. And yeah, that's a 1-0 victory. Game 2, I'm gonna not play ABA here. I lead my Lantern into Skarmory. I actually expect the Azumarill lead again. Goes into the Wish Cache immediately. I have the Abomasnow to answer that. Wish Cache players love to play Wish Cache. I only have one answer, and this just makes it so appealing to use it. That does make my Lantern and CASTFORM kind of difficult to use. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to showcase the CASTFORM just yet. I get no debuff here, and I have a feeling he might be playing ABA here, since he drops in his hardest answer to the Lantern, which is kind of crazy. Gonna go for a bait there, which is also a little bit crazy. And this bait is like incredible, because look at this matchup now. He doesn't get a debuff there, and this Icy Wind won't knock out. In fact, I would have to play the One Shields to win it then. But now, because I get another debuff there, and because I have so much energy because of the shield, look at this. I just win this with a shield up. He lives this by 1 HP, and it's fine because I get the Power Snow down. This point is just over. It's just over. Whatever's in the back, it's not going to hang well against my Pokemon with shield up. It's a Azumarill in the back. He was playing APA. He was trying to preserve the Wish Cache with a lot of energy, then switch out into Azumarill or something again, get the length a little bit lower, clean it up with the Wish Cache. But because I went straight Ice Wind there, the time was not up for him, and he had no chance to do that. So, play out of the book. My next opponent is NighttimeClash. He's number 2 on the Play Pokemon leaderboard currently in the US. He has the Liverpool regional champion, and his team is very balanced. Unfortunately, he does not fare super well against Sunny CASTFORM. Sunny CASTFORM has play against Vigoroth. It's not great, though, especially if he lands a Rock Slide. It's great against Skarmy, great against Dragons, great against Wigglytuff. 3 out of 6 Pokemon on his team are a straight-up hard loss against the Sunny CASTFORM. So, if I can bring it, this is the matchup. But I expect a lot of Skarmory and Skarmory Wish Cache core is just gonna be there all the time. So let's just see how this goes. He's also running Wigglytuff. I respect it. Wigglytuff is just such a great Pokemon to entirely shut down particular threats. Going with the Annihilate, which just play against all of Vigoroth, Skarmory, and Wish Cache, so it's my safest bet. Gonna go for the Charge Attack priority on the Night Slash, not even going for Shadow Ball. Reason why is because I want to get this off before I get potentially debuffed. In my previous matchup, I didn't get debuffed at all by, I believe, 3 Scald or so. He goes for another Scald here. Do I get debuffed? No. Oh, this feels so good to not get debuffed by that stupid Wish Cache. Anyway, this way I win the 0 shields because I don't get debuffed here, so that's great for me. My CASTFORM now is free in the back, but I also realize, man, if it's that Vigoroth in the back, I need to draw it out now, and it is the Vigoroth. I didn't expect the Azumarill in the back there, so it was very fine, because then he would be very weak to a Bomb Snow lead. This damage is a little bit disappointing. Winnable obviously has been nerfed a while ago. It's still an okay attack, but it's not as strong as like Body Slam is. NighttimeClash loves to bait, but I can't really deal with this Vigoroth just yet. In fact, I don't think I can even counter it down at the range my Annihilate is currently. And I kind of want my Sunny CASTFORM for that Skarmory. I'm hoping that if I don't throw my next charge stack, I can farm down. But man, the Embers just don't do enough. And I think he can go for 2 Body Slam here. So I am going to no-shield this. He does go for the Body Slam, but it does so much damage. And he gets to the next one on 1 HP, which is terrible. This may actually win him the game now, because he's on even shields with my Abomasnow. He swaps out immediately as well, and I can you know, debuff this. That's fine, but it's tough. because he actually shields this, which is wild. I think if I debuff him twice, I can even get to a Shadow Ball and Annihilate. But he would just be able to get so much farm, which is inconvenient, honestly. Gonna not shield this. Hope I can get to a Shadow Ball. I think it's my only win condition, because if I shield and go for Icy Wind, he can just get so much energy on the Skarmy and outpace me as well. So, unfortunately, I don't get there even remotely close. Gonna go for a useless Night Slash, and he is 1-0 up. Well played. So yeah, a Bomb Stone in the back just wasn't great there. Again, I expect Wishcash players to bring Wishcash every single game, so I will always bring that Bomb Stone. I lead my Lantern into Vigor. I love this lead. And the reason why is if I get a bait, I can actually make the 0 to 1 crazy close. You may have seen this in the Utrecht special event when I was playing against Maxi as well, where I had Vigor on his Lantern, and it just was not great for Vigor, because Lantern is so bulky, and its same type attack bonus attacks are pretty good as well. He doesn't shield my Surf, however, which is annoying. And that makes me think, well, it has to be Skarmy in the back then, because he's just happy to be rid of my Lantern then. I'm going to shield this up. I don't like that actually at all, what I'm doing here. But it might be like an Azumarill on the back, so maybe I need to be careful here. But yeah, now if it's Skarmy, like Skarmy is worse for my Annihilate when shields are down. So yeah, he brings in Azumarill. I tried to catch an attack there unsuccessfully. And he brings in Azumarill, which is not great. This is something I want my Abomasnow on. Yeah. Let's see how that goes. 2 Shadow Ball will knock out. I'm actually going to shield this up. I don't remember what the reason was for that. I think because if it is Skarmy, I want to land a Thunderbolt. Or potentially land a Thunderbolt with my Lantern, since I already have quite a lot of energy there as well still. He still has a Body Slam though, which is not great. He actually no-shields that and then brings in Wigglytuff, which I'm like, why didn't you bring this in against my Annihilate in the first place, bro? Because I have Night Slash, resisted. I get a chunk, but I get a boost as well. The boost is not going to matter here. So it doesn't, yeah, it's cool, but it doesn't really matter. That counter damage is not going to do much here. I'm going to farm up a little bit on this Abomasnow, then throw the Icy Wind. This will make the Wigglytuff less lethal, because now his Icy Wind or Disarming Voice will do much less damage, and I should be comfortably getting to another Icy Wind here. This is where our Abomasnow is actually quite good. He's going to go for a Body Slam right before I get to the next Icy Wind, and this does not matter at all, because I'm going to spark this down. Look at how much energy I still have. Like I said, the boost didn't matter, because I'm going to get to this Thunderbolt here. This will tie up the score 1-1. This is why I like Lanterns so much. If it's not a Wishcash, it's great. He actually didn't even bring Wishcash, which was crazy. So yeah, I think he wanted to scare away my Guzzlord or something, because he went Vigor double Fairy, but I never really was planning on bringing that either way. Gonna go with the Annihilate, leading into the Vigor. This is the dream lead that I have. Now, he swaps into Wishcash, which is highly inconvenient, because my backline, I'm playing ABB to Wishcash, basically, right? I cannot switch out. It's fine. I'm just gonna stay into this. He actually shields the first Night Slash, which is crazy, because if I boost it, this is the most useless shield ever. He goes for double Mob Bomb here, which is the right play to knock out my Annihilate here, but because I threw immediately, I'm 1 counter ahead, which will mean we will get to the Charge Attack priority here, but he doesn't throw because he knows that. And yeah, this will bring him very low. What was I thinking here again? I believe I was thinking it's going to be Skarmy in the back, so I want to draw out the Vigor with my Lantern again. Let's see what it is. And it is the Lantern. I'm gonna go into it is Skarmy. I mean, I'm gonna go on Lantern right away. I have the Sonic CASTFORM in the back to counter Skarmy as well, so I'm very fine. If it was Azumarill in the back, actually, it would have been a problem, because then my Sonic CASTFORM wouldn't have a lot to do. So yeah, it's fine. It's fine though. He no shields that. I will live this Body Slam. If he no shields this, he cannot farm down my Lantern really. With the Skarmy, well, maybe he can, but the Steel Wings are double resisted. I'm probably likely getting to a Surf then. I'm very likely to get to Surf. So yeah, it does respect that. Going for the full counter down. I barely don't get to another Surf here, but I do have a Charge Stack. I have a Night Slash on this Annihilate, which will win Charge Stack priority. And at that point, Sonic CASTFORM with a shield up is in a great spot here. I do have a little bit of lag, but it's fine. I'm going to go into my Sonic CASTFORM. And this is finally a game that Sonic CASTFORM wins. It hasn't been doing anything. I never played this Pokemon before. I just want to bring it so bad and make it use. But honestly, I've been relying on Abomasnow, Annihilate, and Lantern like the whole way through so far. So yeah, no shooting Sky Attack. I knew I would live that anyway, because CASTFORM is quite bulky. So yeah, I'm 2-0 right now, which is great. That kind of guarantees me 32 championship points at this point, because I will be top 4. ThirTactical is my next opponent. And he's running a pretty meta team. I believe he made this team in the car when we were driving to Arnhem. And it's actually quite weak to Wigglytuff, I would say. But he also has enough play. Like Shadow Whiscash, Shadow Gligar, and Skarmy are Pokemon that I expect. And they're pretty fine against Wigglytuff. So I actually don't intend to use Wigglytuff at all in this whole tournament. But again, I love Wigglytuff for the pressure. It might pressure that Poliwrath and the Guzzlord. Now, one thing that I know, the oldest trick in the book currently is to lead Gligar with Whiscash in the back, ABA to a Bomb Snow, but you win the one shields, which is what I fully expect. My first plan is to lead the Sunny CASTFORM. If I lead into the Gligar, I have all the shields on my Annihilate and hopefully can sweep with that. So let's take a look at how this first game goes. I lead my Sunny CASTFORM into the Skarmy. Great lead, I tell him, easy. I make an immediate misplay here. I think I should have thrown the attack first. What's it called? The Weather Ball, and then switch into a Bomb Snow. I already realized it's going to be Whiscash in the back. I'm just going to like let this go. Hopefully I can just sweep with Annihilate, because Annihilate is so good with a shield up against those two. I get him so low at this point. I'm like, well, I guess I just take the charge stack on the CASTFORM. I lost switch, so it's probably useless anyway. I don't get enough energy to potentially get to a Solar Beam, so just going to let this go. And I'm actually going to wait out the clock here. The clock is not up yet, so what's going to happen is if I take this out, he comes in with the Whiscash immediately, which you see here he does. I'm going to go for a Weather Ball here because I want to stall the clock a little bit. But I'm not playing this game very clean. He comes with the Skarmy immediately, and I'm actually in a pretty okay spot. I'm actually pretty fine here, but I make a misplay because I throw Shadow Ball immediately. And what this does, now Tho is going to throw a Brave Bird, and that means I get less energy, which is not great. I would have gotten a lot of counters here. Looking back at this now, he told me, yeah, I don't think he would have gotten 3 counters extra to outpace me. I think I would have, actually. But, yeah, now this Whiscash is just going to outpace to Mudbomb, and Mudbomb will knock me out at this point. I'm going to shield this. My only win con is a catch here. And knowing Tho, he probably would pause as well, so I need to guess the exact moment where he will throw the Mudbomb. Oh, my timer's up as well. But it's not. Yeah, my timer was barely up actually, but I thought I would do one more match as well, so it didn't really matter either way. And he wins the first game. I think I could have played it cleaner. Maybe just staying with the CASTFORM into the Gligar, realizing I wanted to do it with my Annihilate here anyway. Yeah, that's what it is. It's what it is. Well played by Tho. Game 2, I'm predicting either Skarmy or Gligar lead, and then I have my Annihilate in the back again to just clean up, hopefully. I lead into the Gligar. This is exactly where I want it at. I outpace. Gligar can actually win this, which is, it's an annoying bait-dependent matchup. If I shield the Diggs correctly, this is very fine. So I'm hoping he does shield this. That would make it very nice for my Annihilate in the back. And he does shield, which is great. But I'm not going to play this the way I should, honestly. Let's see. I intend on fully letting the Lantern go. But I don't know what I was thinking here. I'm gonna catch this on the Guzzlord because I want to keep that Surf. But why? Why did I want to do that? I guess I wanted to bait out the Skarmy at this point. But my plan was to keep 2 shields on Annihilate. So not sticking to the game plan. He's hard countering me here with the Poliwrath, which is... I always say that Poliwrath and energy is impossible to beat. Like, there's almost nothing that can comfortably take the energy from Poliwrath. Even like Azumarill still has to build up all the way back to like a Play Rough and stuff. Even Lantern, unless this thing is low, is fine. It still struggles. So he has so much energy here. He's going to go for an Icy Wind bait. Super annoying, but obviously the most obvious play because he wants to weaken this before coming in with his next Pokemon. And I expect the Whiscash at this point. You know, Whiscash users always bring Whiscash. He doesn't get the debuff on the Scald. Like, Scald was super... It was just not working on me today at all, I'll admit. Gonna go for a Shadow Wave. I was like, no way he shields this... debuffed attack, and like his only lose con perhaps is me getting the nice size boost, but he does call it correctly. And at this point, look, the game was so laggy for him. It was very annoying, but I don't think any of it mattered in this battle. Though got me. Yeah, what can I say? Like, I thought I'd press the nice slice there, but apparently didn't. I was still spamming it there, and then he swaps. He catches on the Gligar. Don't think any of that mattered. I think I lost the game when I caught the Aerial Ace and went off my game plan there. I would have had my Annihilate with energy advantage on his Whiscash otherwise, and then maybe I could come out with energy to still deal with that Poliwrath, which has double resisted counters on my Annihilate. So, yeah, I think I should have stuck to game plan. In game 2 and game 1, I just reacted too quickly without thinking on his Gligar save switch. Tho sweeps the Swiss. So yeah, unfortunate for me. Luckily, it's not over for me yet. The way it works in these local tournaments is that the player with the highest Buchholz, or like the highest opponent's win rate, gets to the top cut. The top cut here is only a grand finals between the 2 best performing players in that sense, which means that ThirTactical, he swept the Swiss, he will be there, and luckily I myself, with a 2-1 score, got a higher opponent's win rate than Colin and Snowman did. It's basically because in the very last round, Tiptando lost, which I didn't play, but Colin and Snowman did, and it meant that yeah, I had a higher pulse because of that. Anyway, looking at this matchup, we know the drill here. It's going to be the Skarmy Whiscash score and occasionally like a Gligar or a Poliwrath in between. He doesn't fear my Abomasnow with the Gligar. He already showed that, so I have to be creative in how to deal with that. Let's take a look at how these battles go. I lead my Lantern into the Whiscash. I'm like, there's no way he would go ABA to Abomasnow with the Whiscash lead. But he does, so kind of unfortunate here. And I'm going to go for my win condition here. I know it's going to be something like Skarmory or anything that's bad for my Guzzlord or a Abomasnow in the back. So, you know, it's going to be Poliwrath or the Skarmory in the back. And it's going to be tough. I'm going to go for my only win con, which is the boost. I don't like it. He's throwing one before my Shadow Ball, which I predict. But look at this. He shields this. And this gives me a small opening, which I get here. This is my only chance that I have in this game. Do I like it? No. Do I take it? You bet. He gave me a chance there by shielding that, even though I wasn't at the NighttimeClash. So I'm going to fully take the chance. Flip the switch here, and now he still has to farm me down with something. I mean, if it's Skarmory now on the Lantern, I'm fine. If it's Poliwrath on the Lantern, I'm fine. Gonna get to another NighttimeClash before this Whiscash can knock me out. He did have the Mud Bomb there, but I guess he wanted to go for energy. Though, obviously, is quite upset with that, and he top lefts the battle because he doesn't want to reveal his last Pokemon, I guess. Kind of smart. And yeah, because he gave me that small opening, and I was super lucky to get that NighttimeClash boost, I win game number 1 here. Game number 2, I don't think we need to say a lot about the teams, but this was surprising me. I guess he's anticipating to me playing like Lantern, Annihilate, at Abomasnow. Man, I wish I led the Sunny CASTFORM now, but Sunny CASTFORM, who would have thought it would not do super well? I played it 3 games, it won 1 game only, so I'm not afraid to play my Spice picks, but in these teams it just didn't... I didn't build strong enough to Whiscash or water types in general to play the CASTFORM consistently. He's going to go for the X-Scissor. I'm not using a bulk point Lantern here. If you have a bulk point against Volt Switch, you actually win the 1-shield straight surf here. And he's actually going to shield it up. He wants to get switch advantage here. This is like Zwolle, where I also let the Lantern into the Charge Bug, but this time he plays a little bit different. He told me he missed a bubble here. It was I guess a genius undercharge. And this was a pretty obvious one. He said so much energy that I'm going to catch on the Abomasnow. This is stupid, again, because he has Whiscash Gligar Core in the back again. I should just stayed in. But what I was fearing in the moment here was Skarmory. But Tho doesn't really play a lot of ABA at all. So, and I used my CASTFORM before, so he knows I'm not afraid to bring it as well. He brings in the Gligar at this point. I know it's going to be Whiscash in the back, and I know I screwed up. I even screw up even worse here. I let this go, which is dumb, because if I shield this, I get this into counter downrange, and I would have so much energy on Annihilate later. This is a game I should not win. I don't deserve to win. I even don't throw my NighttimeClash here. I don't think it would KO it regardless, so I'm not going to throw it there. I should have maybe Shadow Balled, but then I'm in Skull range as well, and the Whiscash would definitely outpace me. So I'm going to go for my only win condition here, and I get it. I get the win condition. I get the win condition. He needs to catch now, and he predicts me doing 1 more counter, and I'm going to go for a Shadow Ball at this point. I'll win the battle because this will one-shot the Whiscash, and I counter down the Charger Bug. Let's talk about that for a bit. I really dislike all these Scald and NighttimeClash buffs, debuffs, whatever. It just induces so much RNG when you strategize so well, make a good game plan, and it's just overthrown by like some luck. It's annoying. I know that there's like critical hits in the main series games, but in my opinion, these games are just entirely different as well. So it was tough to see him being quite demoralized by my victories, which I probably should not have had. I probably should not have had these. I should not. There's no probably. I should not have had these wins. You know, it sucks. I offered a rematch. But I guess he didn't want to see my face for a second, and he reported the scores right away, which was. It is what is. Undeserved victory on my side. I don't think Tho watches until this point anyway, so I can safely say, and he won't rub it in my face, that I count this as a win in Tho's. This counts as a win for Tho in my books. But don't tell him that. Don't tell him that. At least I won with the Sunny CASTFORM, so I guess it was a little bit of style, even though I barely used it. But yeah, I guess it did its thing. I hope you liked the video, and I'll see you in the next one.